Today, we're asking the question, can we trade this and these, along with Clearcoat, hardener, and reducer, for this? So what is CarRep 2K Clearcoat in a can? You've seen 2K Clearcoat in a can before. You're probably familiar with these. You know, you shake these up, pull that little red thing in, put the button on the bottom, pop it, shake it some more, and then it activates. And these are a really good option in 2K Clearcoat. Very high quality. However, once you activate this can, you have about 48 hours to use every bit of the can, or you have to throw the can away, and they're pretty expensive. This is a little bit different. In order to use this, all you have to do is shake it up. Shake it up some more. Get the other hand when you're tired and shake it up a little bit more. Manufacturer says you should shake it up for 3 minutes, which is pretty much standard with cans across the board. Get your gloves, get your respirator, add your other personal protection equipment, and find yourself a place to spray. In this particular case, I did this one in my backyard. When you get done, you just take it outside, invert the can just like a regular spray can, spray it until it comes clean. And I can go ahead and call myself a hypocrite because you guys just saw me without gloves on, and I don't have to ask who's going to be the first one to call me out. Then you put your can up, and it's ready to go for the next time. All right, so why would you want to use this versus a regular clear coat in a can? Well, one, the durability is better. Two, chemical resistance. So it's not only is it resistant to things like, household chemicals and things like that, it also resistant to things like gasoline. As you can see, there was no ill effect from that. The other thing about these are much more durable. Like I've had these speed shapes that I painted up. They bounced all over the floor. They're fine. And you really should never do that. Also, how they spray out is different. Okay, so a regular spray can has a pattern. It's gonna look like that. So it's round, not very wide. It can be a little bit hard to work with, whereas this has a standard spray pattern. See how you can get better coverage that way. Making this an excellent choice for small art panels or things you're just spraying out for clients. So this clear coat lays out beautifully. This is a completely right out of the can finish on top of my wife's cup. And I've got some pictures I'll throw up where it's in the sunshine outside. And that is where this really excels. Small projects like this that you wouldn't want to have to use up a mixing cup and mix up some clear coat, even if you had a spray gun, and then have to clean your gun to go do something like one tumbler. And unlike the Spraymax, if you just do one tumbler and you put that can up, the can's gonna be there for you the next time. So I'm gonna go over about how much use you can expect to get out of a can. And before I do that though, I'm going to denib one of these real quick because we got some debris, dust and bugs and stuff like that in this bead shape because we painted this in my yard in the middle of the night. And of course, this can be buffed. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over real quick. I'm gonna take out that little piece of trash that got in my clear coat out. So I usually like to start with 1000 grit sandpaper, depending on how big the nib is. And I may sometimes just pull that nib out with a file. And then I'm going to move to 2000 and 3000 grit wet sanding. When you get done wet sanding with that 3000 grit, it's going to be fairly smooth, but you're still going to need to polish it. I usually hit it with a blue wool pad. I use CSI polish religiously, buffing at about 600 to 800 RPMs. And then I move over to a foam pad, and these little tiny foam pads are awesome for little tiny jobs. And that will leave you with a near glass finish. So how much use can you expect to get out of a can? Well, so far I've done these 6 speed shapes, which are part of the flare color shift video from Createx that I made, and I'll pop a card up about that. I have done this tumbler right here. I have done a 12 by 16 panel, as well as I have also done this little sample right here that I was working on for this video before I picked it up and grabbed it with my fingers and left fingerprints in it when it was still a little wet, and then tried to hit it with a rag. So messed that up real good. If I average that out, that came to about 2/3 of the can. And a rough guesstimate, how much cost is it per use? It's costing me maybe $2 each time I'm using this can. Maybe $2, probably a little less than that, depending on the size of the project. Which, if you compare that to a mixing cup, great, mixing up, buying a little bit of clear, hardener, reducer, all that stuff, for really small, for one little item like this, that is cheaper than using my spray gun, most likely, especially since I use PPS cups and they cost me about $1.50 a piece. And of course, I'll leave you guys a link where you can get these. You can get these through Amazon if you have a Prime account. Shipping is free. Ironically, the first time I bought it, there was no free shipping option. It cost me $11 to get the first can delivered to me about 6 months ago. This can I got shipped free. And this product was made in Finland, I believe. So it is actually cheaper for my friends that are over in the UK and places like that, Europe, to get this over there than it is here in the United States. I don't have any links for you guys, but I am sure you guys can find it. So which one of these cans are better? Well, we already know the benefits of this being able to use it, but is it better than the Spraymax 2K? And that's a video I may make and compare these. We'll do a little head-to-head fight if that's something you guys are interested in. Now, I am not going to lie and say that this is the best clear coat finish you're possibly going to get in the hands of an experienced painter who knows how to run a spray gun and knows how to deal with which hardener, which producer, and buys a really high-end clear coat, is going to be able to get a better finish than what you're going to be able to get out of this can. However, I'm going to say this also. If you are not experienced at using a spray gun, you are probably going to get much better results out of this can than you are going to get out of buying all the stuff to do clear coating and starting to learn to use a spray gun in the beginning. It takes time to understand chemistry a little bit and to understand how to properly set up your spray gun, and you also have to have a really good clean air source as well as other things to be able to clear coat at home. From an economic standpoint, if you are not set up to do clear coats, it is probably going to be much cheaper for you to use some cans like this. This would be great for somebody who wants to get started doing tumblers. You could do several tumblers with one of these cans and see if that's something you were into. Even if you were buying a cheap spray gun and a quart of clear coat at, say, $65, which is on the low end. And if you start buying expensive spray guns like this is $300 now. So you could buy a lot of cans before you paid for that one spray gun. All right, guys, so that's probably going to bring us to the conclusion of this video today. So tell me if this is something that you guys are going to be incorporating into your projects, and, you know, let me know. Leave some comments down below. I'm Bill Kennedy with the Airspace. If you have not, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That's all I got for y'all today. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.